We're very honored to have UFC star and welterweight contender Patrick the Predator Cote on the air with us today. Patrick, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to talk to us this morning, Patrick.
Oh, my pleasure, man.
So how's, for these press junket tours, are you sort of used to doing them at this point?
Yeah, for sure. You know, I fought my first fight in the UFC 10 years ago. So, you know, I'm used to do that. That's okay.
It's all part of the game, right?
Yeah.
So this weekend at UFC 178, you face Stephen Thompson. So how's training going for that one?
Training went pretty well. You know what? We did an awesome training with my team, Brazilian top team, and I went to Thailand. I went back to Thailand actually to Tiger Muay Thai to prepare for this fight again, and for 3 weeks. And everything went well. Didn't hurt myself during training, so that's a good thing. You know, you always hurt a little bit in training. You never 100%, but I'm ready to go for Saturday now.
So Stephen himself, he's known as a very crafty striker who likes to throw his opponent's timing off with his background in karate. For you yourself, what do you have to do to win this fight?
You know, I have to make him back it up. You know, I have to take the pace of the fight to put a lot of pressure on him and, you know, make a brawl. Because if I try to do a technical fight with him, he's going to make me look bad. He's not going to knock me out. I don't think he has the power to do that. But he's going to make me look bad because he's very flashy. He's very technical on his feet. But you know what? If he's going back, he's not going to be able to do that. So for me, you know, we put a lot of focus about my conditioning in this training camp, and I'll be able to push the pace for the entire fight.
Now, you sort of mentioned about his flash and his speed. Where do you think Thompson is the most dangerous in this fight for yourself?
I think at distance. You know, if he's staying in distance, he's going to be able to put his karate style, kickboxing style, and at his advantage. So for me, I have to stay away or I have to be close. You know, I don't want to stay close to him in the pocket because he's very tricky with his legs and very accurate with his punch. So, you know, it's very simple. You know, I have to push the pace and, you know, push him and kind of bullying him a little bit.
No, exactly. I mean, you have to impose your game plan on him, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. I have to back him up and, you know, to fight my fight.
So it's been a few years, and I bet you're itching to get another knockout inside the octagon. What would it mean for you to get a stoppage finish this weekend?
You know, I'm going there to win the fight. You know, if the knockout happens, it's going to happen. If I'm able to pull a submission, I'll be happy to. But I'm going there for the W. I'm not going there in my head that I have to knock him out. You know, it's not going to happen like that. If the knockout comes, it's going to come. But for sure, if I fight my fight and I do what I'm supposed to do, I'm going to be the winner of this fight.
Well, it can be very dangerous if you try and force the knockout in fights.
Yeah, you don't want to run after that. You don't want to. You have to go there and the fight and you know, be ready for everything. You know, because everything can switch in a second in the fight. Like my last fight against Kyle, you know, the strategy was to go inside and, you know, doing a little bit of dirty boxing with him and stay inside. But I wasn't able to find my range. I wasn't able to get close to him because he had a really good front kick. So I had to switch my strategy in the first round very, very quick. And I decided to wrestle him and, you know, I won the fight.
Well, I guess you just sort of touched on, like, all the different skills that you have. Like, you're a true mixed martial artist. You started your career with boxing, then you added Muay Thai, wrestling, jiu-jitsu. What's your favorite?
You know, I always stay on my feet will be my favorite. You know, I like to stay on my feet and bang, and I know I'm very confident in my hands. Now I have more skills with my kicks and, you know, everything. But, you know, I think, you know, the most important thing in my game that I improved, that was my wrestling. And I'm very, very confident about my wrestling now. And, you know, to put everybody on the ground, for me, I'm very confident to do that. And, you know, about my jiu-jitsu too. You know, I'm a brown belt on the Brazilian top team. So you're right. Right now, I'm more a real mixed martial artist than I was a couple of years ago.
Well, I have to say, even from watching your last few fights, your grappling has just gotten outstanding over the last few matches. If you're just tuning in, we're speaking to UFC star Patrick Cote, who'll be fighting at UFC 178 this weekend. On Saturday night, you're fighting in Las Vegas, while your last fight, you were home in Quebec. Does it matter to you where you fight?
No, not really. The task is the same. You know, it doesn't matter if the cage is in Spain, China, or Brazil, or Quebec. You know, at the end of the day, the task is the same. It's going there and fight and win the fight. You know, the cage is the same size, and you have an opponent on the other side. So it's not different. You know, the place is better for sure. You know, Vegas it's always fun, but I'm here to work, and it's the same thing than if I was anywhere else in the world.
Now, Patrick, you fought in some of the sport's biggest names over your career, guys like Anderson Silva, Kung Lee, Tito Ortiz. Ortiz, who was actually your first fight in the UFC. What's been your biggest challenge in your career so far?
I don't know, man. Like you said, I fought so many great names, very great fights. For sure, when I fought Anderson Silva, that was very complicated during the fight. This guy is like, that was at this time was like the new Bruce Lee. It's very hard to prepare for a guy like that, and it takes like a minute and a half, 2 minutes to adjust about his style. That was really complicated, not physically but mentally, to fight him, because every time you try to punch him, he's not there. So that was the thing. But at the same time, I had fun in this fight, except for at the end, I injured myself. But you know what? I was there with the best fighter, pound per pound in the world at this time, and I was able to fight him, and I was still there in the third round, and who knows what can happen after that. I'm a puncher, so I can knock anybody in this sport at any time. I'm not saying I was winning the fight, but I was still in the fight.
So if the opportunity ever came up for a rematch, would you take it?
If you want to drop at 170, I'll take it for sure.
You're 34. You've been in the sport for close to 12 years now. What keeps you motivated, Patrick?
I like the sport, man. This is my passion for the last 13 years almost. And every time I wake up, I'm happy to wake up and to go to the gym. This is what I love to do. I'm very lucky that I'm doing what I love in my life as a job. I'm a professional athlete. It's awesome. I made a lot of contact in this sport. I built my after career now, so I fight because I love it. I don't need to fight anymore to live. I have a lot of things outside the fighting, outside the UFC that, like I said, I built my after career. So it's easy for me to wake up and go to the gym, not because I have to, just because I still like it. Maybe one day I'm going to wake up and I'm going to say, man, I don't want to receive punch in my face, so it's over. But, this day it's not come soon. I still love it. We'll see. I'm taking for one fight at a time. I'm 34 years old, like you said, but I don't feel like that. I feel pretty good. My body is pretty good. Yes, I had a couple injuries, a couple of surgeries, but everything is good. I'm 100% healthy now.
It's like you said, as long as you love your job, it doesn't matter really what you're doing. You can keep going to it every day. For you personally, before you hang up the gloves, is there anyone in particular you'd like to throw down with?
Not really. The thing is, a couple of years ago, like 3 or 4 years ago, I had a beef with Michael Bisping on Twitter. We had a really hard fight. But, I met him, and he's a really good guy, actually. I was trying to have a big fight at 185 at this time, and I called him out, and after that, it was a big fight on Twitter. But no, actually, like I said, I'm taking one fight at a time. I'm 170 now, and I'm undefeated at 170. Feel pretty good at this weight, and one fight at a time. And right now, this is Stephen Thompson Saturday, and very confident about that.
Before you were in the UFC, you actually served in the Canadian Army. What was that like?
Yes, I was in the Army for almost 7 years, and that was good. I don't regret my time there. I made a couple of my best friends over there. Like I said, I don't regret my time there, but I will never go back. I served in Bosnia in 2002 with the Army. I was the Vendus in Valcartier in Quebec. So yeah, that was cool at this time. But that was not like today. Those guys who went to Afghanistan there, it's real war right there. 2009, I went to Afghanistan with the government of Canada to support the troop over there. They always make a big group every year to go there to support the troops, like some singer, some sport personality, and all those things. And I saw that. I saw a lot of things over there that it's a real war over there, and those guys, they deserve all the respect.
Again, you're hearing Patrick the Predator Cote, who'll be fighting live this weekend at UFC 178. So Patrick, why should people tune in this weekend?
Actually, it's probably the best card of the year. Yes, we lost the main event at Cormier and Jones, but man, when you see the card, it's awesome. And if I'm in the undercard with Thompson and Dominic Cruz is on the undercard on this fight, that means that this card is stacked. And from the first fight until the end, I'm sure it's going to be a fantastic card. It's the biggest pay-per-view card of the year so far.
This will be a fantastic card. Patrick Cote versus Stephen Thompson. How's the fight going to end, Patrick?
I see myself win the fight for sure. I'm taking control of the pace, pushing him, put in a lot of pressure, receive a couple punch, but giving him back. And at the end of the day, I see myself finishing him ground and pound or submitting him. That's what I see. But if I got the knockout, I'll be happy to. If I got really good decision in my favor, I'll be happy to. Like I said, I'm going there to win the fight. Whatever the result's gonna be in my favor.
Patrick, thank you very much once again for taking this time out of your training to speak with us.
Thank you very much.
Take care and good luck with your fight this weekend, sir.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Again, that was Patrick the Predator Cote, who'll be taking on Stephen Wonderboy Thompson at UFC 178 live this weekend from the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. You can catch that one